Single people throw away 40% more food than families. That's not a guess. That's what the research shows. Portions are designed for households of 4. Bulk deals punish anyone shopping for 1 or 2. And the result is that people living alone lose an average of $792 per year just on food they never eat. I was one of them. I'd buy the giant strawberry container because it looked like a great deal, and 4 days later, half of them were moldy. I'd buy the big bag of spinach and it would turn to slime before I could finish it. I'd buy the family pack of chicken, freeze it, forget about it, and throw it out months later. The math just wasn't working, so I canceled my Costco membership. For 3 years, I didn't go back. Every time someone told me how much they saved at Costco, I nodded politely and thought, yeah, but you have a family of 5 and you actually use all that stuff. For people who live alone or as a couple, bulk buying felt like a trap. You save 30% on the item, then throw away 50% of it. That's not savings, that's waste. But here's the thing. I was wrong. Not completely wrong, since some Costco items really don't make sense for singles. But after doing the research and talking to other single shoppers, I discovered there are specific items that actually work beautifully for smaller households. Items where the math genuinely adds up. Today, I'm going to share 9 of them with you. Before we get into the list, let's talk about the real problem. The average American throws away between 30 to 40% of the food they buy. For a family of 4, that's about $1,500 per year straight into the garbage. But here's what nobody talks about. For single-person households, that percentage is often even higher because portions are designed for families, not individuals. A USDA study found that Americans waste over 300 pounds of food per person every year. When you're buying bulk at Costco without a strategy, you're basically accelerating that problem. You're not saving money, you're just prepaying for garbage. So the key isn't avoiding Costco. The key is knowing exactly what to buy and what to skip. Let's start with the items that actually work. Number 1. Kirkland olive oil. This is the single best Costco buy for anyone, regardless of household size. A 2-liter bottle of the organic extra virgin runs about $18 to $21 depending on your location, while that same amount at a regular grocery store would cost you $35 to $40. Here's the thing about olive oil. It doesn't go bad quickly. Stored properly, it lasts 18 to 24 months, and even if you only use it for cooking a few times a week, you'll finish it long before it expires. The savings are real with zero waste. Number 2. Toilet paper. Not exciting, but this is pure math. Costco's Kirkland toilet paper costs roughly 1 cent per square foot, while the national brand at your grocery store runs about 3 cents per square foot. That's 3 times the price for the same product, and toilet paper doesn't spoil or go bad. You will use every single sheet eventually. Buy it once every 6 months, free up space under your bathroom sink, and stop overpaying at the grocery store. Number 3. The rotisserie chicken. This might be Costco's most famous product, and for good reason. A whole rotisserie chicken costs $4.99, and it's been $4.99 since the year 2000. That's 25 years of the same price while everything else has doubled or tripled. If they'd raised the price with inflation, that chicken would cost over $9 today, but they haven't budged. Costco sells over 130 million of these chickens every year, often at a loss, just to get you in the door. A whole chicken sounds like a lot for one person, but here's the strategy. Eat it for dinner the first night, shred the rest, and you've got chicken for salads, sandwiches, tacos, and soups for the week. One $5 chicken can become 4 or 5 meals at roughly $1 per meal for quality protein. Try getting that deal anywhere else. Number 4. Kirkland batteries. These are consistently rated among the best in independent testing, often outperforming Duracell and Energizer. A 48-pack of AA batteries costs around $16. At the grocery store, you're paying $1 or more per battery for name brands, while at Costco, you're paying about 33 cents each. Batteries don't expire for 10 years, and even living alone, you'll use 48 eventually for remote controls, smoke detectors, flashlights, and wireless mice. Buy once. Forget about it for years. Number 5. Costco gas. This one doesn't require you to buy anything in bulk at all. Costco gas is typically 20 to 25 cents cheaper per gallon than the average station in your area. And in places like California and the Northeast, it's 40 to 50 cents cheaper. This isn't cheap gas either. It's top tire certified with the same quality standard required by BMW and Audi. If you drive an average of around 13,000 miles per year in a car that gets 25 miles per gallon, that's about 520 gallons of gas annually. At just 20 cents savings per gallon, you're saving $104 a year. At 40 cents savings, that's over $200. Your $65 membership could pay for itself at the pump alone before you even walk into the store. Number 6. Pharmacy. Costco doesn't advertise this much, but the savings are significant. Generic medications at Costco's pharmacy often cost 50 to 80% less than the same generics at chain pharmacies, and you don't even need a membership to use the pharmacy in most states. Things like allergy medicine, pain relievers, vitamins, and prescriptions can cost dramatically less. Number 7. Frozen meat. This requires a strategy, but it works. Buy the big pack of chicken breasts or ground beef, divide it into single-serving portions when you get home, wrap each one individually, and freeze them flat. A 6-pound pack of chicken breasts at Costco runs about $25, which works out to roughly $4 per pound. At the grocery store, you're often paying $6 to $8 per pound. Properly frozen meat stays good for 6 to 12 months, and you thaw one portion at a time as you need it. No waste, significant savings. Number 8. Kirkland detergent. A massive jug that does 146 loads costs around $20, about 14 cents per load. Name brand detergent at the grocery store often runs 25 to 40 cents per load. Even if you only do laundry twice a week, that jug will last over a year, and it's not going to spoil sitting in your laundry room. Independent testing consistently ranks Kirkland detergent as performing as well or better than Tide at a fraction of the price. Number 9. Block cheese. This surprised me, but the math works. A 2-pound block of Kirkland sharp cheddar costs around $7 to $9, while at the grocery store you're paying $6 to $8 for just 8 ounces. Here's the key. Cheese freezes well. Cut the block into 4 portions, freeze 3 of them, and thaw as needed. The texture stays great for cooking and melting, and you'll work through it over a few months with zero waste. Now here's what to avoid as a single shopper. Fresh berries unless you freeze them immediately. Leafy greens in bulk because they'll turn to soup before you're halfway through. Bread unless you're freezing most of it. Giant containers of hummus or salsa that expire in a week. Milk in 2-gallon quantities unless you're drinking it daily. Basically, anything highly perishable where you're racing against the clock is a bad bet for smaller households. The hybrid strategy is what actually works. Use Costco for the 9 items I mentioned, plus other non-perishables that make sense for your lifestyle, and use your regular grocery store for fresh produce in smaller quantities, perishables you'll use within a few days, and anything where bulk just doesn't fit your life. If tips like these help you save money on groceries and stretch your budget further, consider hitting that subscribe button. Every week we break down pricing tricks, expose overpriced items, and find the deals that actually make sense for real people. So here's the honest verdict on Costco for singles. The $65 membership can absolutely pay for itself if you're strategic. Between gas savings, the items I mentioned, and occasional deals on tires, glasses, or pharmacy items, you can easily come out ahead. Some estimates suggest a single person buying just gas and a handful of staples can save $200 to $400 per year compared to regular stores. But you have to be disciplined. The worst thing you can do is walk into Costco without a list and start grabbing giant bags of tortilla chips and 3-pound containers of mixed nuts because they seem like a deal. That's how you end up throwing money in the trash. The membership isn't for everyone. If there's no Costco near you, if you don't drive much, if you genuinely can't store bulk items, it might not make sense, and that's okay. But if you've been avoiding Costco because you assumed it was only for big families, I hope this changes your mind. You don't need to fill a chest freezer or feed a household of 6 to make Costco work. You just need to know which aisles to walk down and which ones to skip. The secret is treating Costco like a specialty store for specific items rather than your primary grocery destination. Go once a month for the staples that make sense. Get your gas while you're there, and resist the impulse to buy something just because it looks like a deal. Because at the end of the day, saving money isn't about spending less on everything. It's about spending smarter on things that actually matter, and for a lot of us living on our own, that's exactly what Costco can help us do if we're willing to be strategic about it.